What's up, people? This is Niche Carter here, and yes, I am standing up again because I am very tired. I know if I sit down, I'm probably going to go to sleep. But I am giving you a raw review from March 19th. Now, starting off for the introduction of the whole show, this is something I have been looking forward to for a while now. CM Punk's response to what Jericho said on the last show. Honestly, this shows that regardless of what era it is, you can make it work. CM Punk really did bring it when it came to the response. It was definitely heartfelt. He put his heart on the line out there, pretty much told everybody, the entire WWE universe, about his family, practically put his heart out on his sleeve about what's, well, not necessarily heart out on his sleeve, but he actually put his personal life out there and let everybody pretty much go into his ward a little bit. And then Jericho's response. Now, I actually thought it was going to end right there as soon as Jericho said, okay, well, I'm sorry about what I said. And then he turned around and ended up talking about another family member. This was something I completely did not, it completely caught me off guard. I thought it was going to end it like right then and there. But this introduction really was good. It really does make you more emotionally involved in with this feud. It makes you want to root for CM Punk more. They did a good job when it comes to doing this. They did a good job in promoting WrestleMania. Now, the matches of the night, it really wasn't all that bad. It was kind of stale. But the point is, it was actually trying to incorporate the feuds going on to WrestleMania. Now, Kane versus The Big Show. I didn't really understand this match, Giant versus Giant, because it was so short. But then it kind of actually did incorporate the feud between Cody Rhodes and The Big Show more when Cody Rhodes came out with his boxing gloves, reminding of The Big Show of what happened with Floyd Mayweather at WrestleMania 23, I believe. But he actually just beat the crap out of him, and literally that's what he did. And this whole segment really did bring a lot to the feud, and I really did like it. I mean, at first I was kind of put off with the fact that it lasted only 2 seconds, and then Kane came out and then left, and no Randy Orton. Randy Orton was there, which it would have been better for me if Randy Orton actually came out, interfered, and it kind of made it more, involved, because this feud was just kind of put together. And they didn't really have a chance to promote it more, so it would have made sense to have Randy Orton come out there and actually be more involved. But unfortunately, he wasn't this time, so that's kind of put me off. But the one good thing that I say about this is it really did a good job with promoting The Big Show versus Cody Rhodes, and it is something I am looking forward to going on for WrestleMania in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna chill out now. The Booming Truth versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Now, Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler are now on Team Laurinaitis, while Kofi Kingston and R-Truth are on Team Long. Now, this actually does incorporate a lot to the feud. But in a way, I was kind of bored with it because it was to be expected. I've seen these guys wrestle before, but it wasn't a bad match. The thing is, what really got me interested was Oksana and Vgirl. The fact that those two were going at it. Now, that's one thing I like about it. I mean, it was a big cluster of mess when it came to this match. Everything was kind of all put. It wasn't really a decent flow because of the two girls fighting, and they had to spend almost 5 minutes breaking them apart. But regardless, it really does bring a lot more energy to this feud. I mean, because of the fact that those women were fighting, I mean, actually bring a little bit more energy to the match. So I really didn't mind it at all. It really wasn't all that bad. But tonight, pretty much, it was just to try to beef up everything for WrestleMania. The matches really did not have a point. I mean, in my opinion, it really didn't. Sheamus, of course, is in another random match with The Miz. The Miz, of course, as usual, gets squashed. And what really makes me sad is that The Miz is just completely being downgraded like that when he actually did. He was the main eventer for WrestleMania last year. I mean, that's pretty sad. But what we know about The Miz is the sheer fact that The Miz makes his own WrestleMania moments. Now, I know he's pissed off at the fact that he hasn't actually had anything to do for WrestleMania, but the guy is going to make his own moment. He did the same thing with R-Truth. He does not care. He will make his own moment if he has to. So I'm not going to cry over The Miz. Honestly, Teddy Long, I couldn't help but laugh because it was like downright hilarious to me. David Otunga versus Santino Marella. I love me some Santino, especially the power walk. I mean, he's just like out there just power walking. I mean, I love the power walk. But it's just the fact that they had the two captains of Team Long and Team Laurinaitis go against one another. David Otunga had the oddest pose. It was kind of a mix between Tim Tebow and the King or Elvis or whatever you want to call him. Like it's pretty much the mix between Elvis and Tim Tebow. It was kind of weird, and he had enough baby oil on him to be a human slip and slide. But regardless, this match was pretty much to try to hype up the whole Team Long and Team Laurinaitis. The only thing about Team Long is we still don't know all the key players of Team Long. And it's starting to die down, but we'll probably find out a lot more of SmackDown on Friday. So that's pretty much nothing to worry about. But I loved the ending. The fact that Teddy Long slapped him and just ran out. I mean, I have never seen an old man run that fast, but that man ran out and just started just pimping up there like on the on the top of the stage. I think that was awesome. That absolutely was awesome. I really did like that. And The Rock's segment, man, what can I say about that? I really did like the segment because this guy, he gave props to the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and my boy, my favorite wrestler of all time, Ric Flair. Gave a shout out to him too. Oh, that was a mark out moment for me, man. And I don't even mark out. That was just wonderful. Thank you, Rock, for shouting those guys out. As usual in the Rock fashion, he is out there. He is definitely, I'm not going to lie, it was dead. It was dead the first time he was on the screen. But somehow he was able to hype up the Philadelphia crowd. And that's how great The Rock is. That's how talented he is. He could take a dead crowd and hype them up within less than 3 minutes and get some crunk for his arrival. For crying out loud, the guy came in after John Cena's match. Like, John Cena was in an accident that was pretty much promoted, and then he had his match with Mark Henry. Regardless, we all knew that Mark Henry was going to lose, and the fact that he was able to pick him up and do the attitude adjustment was awesome. But The Rock, when he came in there, I'm sorry, that was an awesome moment. Came in there, rock bottomed. Mark Henry walked on out. I mean, it was like a loud roar in that entire arena. Awesome. The Rock can definitely rock a crowd, seriously. And yes, they're gonna have a documentary next week before Raw, and Raw is going to be in my hometown of Atlanta. Too bad I cannot go, but I am gonna go to the one that's here in May. But regardless, that is awesome. It's sheer awesomeness. But the one thing that kind of brought it down a little bit was the main event of the night for me. The main event of the night, all three guys in the ring at once. Not John Cena, my bad, I'm thinking something else. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and The Undertaker. All in the ring at once. You thought it was going to be electric. You thought it was just going to be so heated to where you could just feel the heat coming from the TV screen, and you could just cut it with a knife, all that tension. And there was nothing. It was dead. Good grief. This is supposed to be the end of an era. This is supposed to be awesome. This is supposed to be wow. But no, it wasn't any of that. Shawn Michaels barely got a word in edgewise. Triple H got a few words in. And yes, Triple H can actually put out some great promos. He's done it for many years. But good grief, this segment was stale. I'm sorry. It really was. And it should have been hyped up. Except when The Undertaker at the end said that, you remember when I said that Shawn Michaels was better than you? He is. That was an awesome closer. That was. The segment was dead to me, but then the fact is that he said those moments that really set off Triple H, and you can tell it worked. It did. I mean, it saved it a little bit. But honestly, the one thing I can say about tonight's Raw is the fact they really did a good job in promoting WrestleMania. They did an awesome job promoting WrestleMania. They really did put, some of the segments really did put a lot of emphasis in making you emotionally involved in all the characters that are involved in WrestleMania, except for Randy Orton. Now, I know one thing that is just completely stale, and Randy Orton is just consistently announcing himself, which really does drive me nuts. But regardless of all that, I have to give it a B. I'm giving it a B show. They did a good job promoting WrestleMania. When it came to the promos and some of the segments, it really did make you emotionally invested in the characters. These people did a really good job promoting WrestleMania for Raw, like they do pretty much every night. Now we have 2 more weeks until WrestleMania. Not to mention the fact that they're going to have Raw in my hometown. One more confrontation with The Rock and John Cena. It is going to be awesome, and I am looking forward to seeing it, especially in my hometown. But anyway, I'm giving it a B. That is my verdict, and I'm sticking to it. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace. Later.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.